66 million years ago, on the floodplains and forests of late Cretaceous North America, an apex predator ruled the land. Its footsteps shook the earth, its jaws shattered bone, and its very shadow spelled doom. This was Tyrannosaurus Rex, the tyrant lizard king, a predator whose reign and legend would outlast its species by millions of years. But what made T-Rex the undisputed monarch of its world? Why does it still fascinate us today, standing as the most famous dinosaur in history? To answer these questions, we must journey back in time to an age of giants, to a world brimming with life and danger, and to the story of one of evolution's greatest masterpieces. The land of T-Rex was unlike anything we know now. North America was divided by a shallow inland sea, the Western Interior Seaway, which split the continent into two vast landmasses. Lush forests of towering conifers stretched for miles. Ferns carpeted the ground. Flowering plants were on the rise, and rivers cut through plains where life gathered in abundance. Herds of Triceratops moved through river valleys in numbers that rivaled the great herds of buffalo. In more recent times, ankylosaurs, armored like living tanks, shuffled low to the ground, grazing and ready to defend themselves with massive tail clubs. Hadrosaurs, the duck-billed dinosaurs, lifted their crests to call across the plains, their voices echoing like foghorns in the morning mist. In the skies above, enormous pterosaurs wheeled in the wind, while birds, descendants of smaller theropods, flitted through the canopy. But in this vibrant world, danger was everywhere, and none more dangerous than the giant we now know as Tyrannosaurus Rex. T-Rex was an apex predator like no other, a monster sculpted by evolution with one purpose: domination. At over 12 meters long, standing more than 4 meters tall at the hip, and weighing up to 8 tons, it was the size of a bus, but far more lethal. Its skull alone measured more than 1.5 meters, a fortress of bone equipped with 60 teeth, each the size of a banana, serrated and razor-sharp. But size alone did not make it terrifying. T-Rex's bite force was unmatched by any land animal before or since. With over 35,000 newtons of pressure, it could crush bones, splintering them into fragments and devouring every morsel of flesh. Unlike predators that relied on slicing through meat, T-Rex was built to pulverize, to consume its prey whole, bones and all. But brute force was only part of its arsenal. Its senses were extraordinary. Forward-facing eyes gave it binocular vision, sharper than that of modern eagles. From hundreds of meters away, it could lock onto a target and judge distance with deadly precision. Its sense of smell rivaled that of vultures, capable of detecting carrion from miles across the plains. Inside its massive skull, a well-developed brain allowed rapid processing of sights, sounds, and scents. This was no slow-witted brute. It was a predator of cunning, a hunter of patience, and an opportunist that could adapt to any situation. Now imagine a herd of Triceratops grazing peacefully in a clearing. The air is thick with heat. Insects hum in the grass and birds scatter suddenly from the trees. The ground begins to tremble. From the shadows of the forest emerges a colossal silhouette. The T-Rex lowers its massive head, nostrils flaring as it studies the herd. Silence falls for a moment, broken only by the rustle of leaves. Then, with an explosion of speed, it charges. Despite its size, T-Rex could run at nearly 30 kilometers per hour, its colossal legs driving it forward in a thunderous rhythm. The herd panics. Triceratops bellow and scatter, horns raised in defense. But for one unlucky individual, escape is impossible. The T-Rex lunges forward, jaws snapping shut with a sound like shattering stone. The bite is catastrophic, slicing through flesh, crushing ribs, breaking bone. The victim collapses. The king has claimed another kill, but hunting Triceratops was never simple. These three-horned giants were armed with formidable defenses. An adult Triceratops carried horns longer than a man, capable of piercing flesh and bone. Its frill shielded its neck, and in battle it could charge with devastating force. A careless attack by T-Rex could mean impalement or death. Theirs was a battle of survival. Horn against tooth, armor against muscle. Sometimes the Triceratops won, goring its attacker. But more often, the tyrant lizard king walked away victorious, its throne secured by violence. Yet T-Rex was not just a mindless killer. Fossil evidence suggests a creature of surprising complexity. Bite marks on bones show healed wounds, suggesting T-Rex sometimes fought but survived. Pathologies in bones reveal injuries that were endured, meaning these animals lived long lives despite hardship. Some paleontologists believe T-Rex may have engaged in social behavior. Perhaps younger individuals helped flush prey toward adults, or parents guarded nests and fed their young. In this way, the tyrant was not only a killer but a caregiver, passing on the legacy of survival to the next generation. For decades, scientists debated whether T-Rex was a predator or merely a scavenger. Could such a giant truly hunt, or did it simply steal kills from smaller hunters? Today the answer is clear: it was both. Its senses made it a master scavenger, able to detect carcasses from vast distances. But its speed, power, and bone-crushing bite leave no doubt. It could and did hunt. Opportunism was its strategy. Whether chasing down prey, ambushing from cover, or seizing the kill of another, T-Rex would not hesitate. But even the king had rivals. Dromaeosaurs, the raptors, hunted in packs, darting through the undergrowth with sickle-shaped claws. Crocodilians lurked in rivers, waiting to drag prey into the depths. Even other tyrannosaurs, smaller cousins of T-Rex, competed for food and territory. Yet none matched its size, strength, and adaptability. Tyrannosaurus Rex stood alone at the top of the food chain. But all reigns must end. 66 million years ago, the Cretaceous came to a violent close. A massive asteroid struck Earth, its impact unleashing devastation beyond comprehension. Skies filled with fire and ash, earthquakes shattered continents. Tidal waves swallowed coasts. For months, sunlight was blocked, plunging the world into darkness. Plants died, herbivores starved, and predators followed. Tyrannosaurus Rex, the king of the dinosaurs, fell not in battle but in silence, extinguished by forces beyond its control. Yet its story did not end there. Fossils of T-Rex, jaws, teeth, bones scarred by battle, remain scattered across the rock formations of North America. Each fossil tells a story of survival, of hunts won and lost, of lives lived in a dangerous world. Today, T-Rex is not just a paleontological icon, but a cultural one. From museums to movies, it captures our imagination like no other creature. It is the face of the dinosaur age, a symbol of power, terror, and majesty. Tyrannosaurus Rex was more than just a dinosaur. It was the embodiment of evolution's power, the ultimate predator of its age, and the eternal king of the dinosaurs. Though it has been gone for 66 million years, its legacy endures in our imagination and our science. When we think of dinosaurs, one name comes first: the tyrant lizard king, the terror of the Cretaceous, the one and only Tyrannosaurus Rex.